Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Today's guest, good question. Let me tell you what's going on. This is the producer and co-host of comedy at the Knitting Factory, and I like that. I don't need a clever name. I want to know what I'm seeing. I'm seeing comedy. Done.
Where are you seeing it?
Right, at the Knitting Factory. True TV's Friends of the People, a writer for MTV's Bugging Out. It's a hidden camera prank show, which always interests me. Named one of 50 funniest people in Brooklyn. Featured in Time Out New York, The New Yorker. I mean, it's all here. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny DeForest.
Hello, sir.
How are you, Kenny?
And girl. Hello, sir and ma'am.
I like being called sir. Thank you.
I'm great. How are you guys?
I assumed you were talking to me.
Yeah,
Right?
I was.
Let's start, first of all, when I'm reading MTV's Bugging Out, a hidden camera prank show. It airs across MTV's international platforms. You're a writer for it. Would you feel comfortable? I would never be able to be a performer on these prank shows. I'd always be too embarrassed. Would you be able to do it?
I don't think so.
You rate this stuff, and I don't have to do it. Fuck them.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Give me an example. What's something you wrote that was like, this is so crazy, I'm surprised people aren't scared of their lives to do it?
We did. Well, I was. I wrote for like 3 months on that show. I think the craziest one is we did a smart office prank where we set up an office to seem like a fully automated smart office. And then we had people come in basically like they were hired as temps. And then the printer would talk to them and make them do things. And it was pretty, I guess this isn't something that I was surprised someone was willing to do. I couldn't believe how much people believed it.
Like what kind of stuff would you have to do?
Please put your ass on me.
Right.
We had one where we had a guy that was playing the IT guy, and he was pretending he had a sexual relationship with the printer, and they were breaking up, and this person really thought it was happening. It was insane.
I every time these things happen, I'm like, I would believe that. Because you don't want to be the jerk who doesn't believe in this person's love. Like, hey, do you?
Right.
And don't ask me any questions. See, and also you're in an office, so it's like whatever's going on, as long as it's going on about you and we don't have to talk about me.
Right.
I feel like you're always on the verge of getting in trouble in an office.
Well, I'm always behind also. For example, I find out a little too late how bad black people have in this country. I will find out a little too late it's okay to love printers. So I would just assume it's fine.
Yeah, you're a little behind the curve. Yeah, absolutely.
This has to be the weirdest equation that just happened here. the best understanding of Black Lives Matter. Listen
Right,
to Keith
is
and the
hey,
Girl.
sometimes you got to fuck a printer.
Right, yes.
Kenny has a lot of material about race. You don't mind, right?
Not at all.
So you're a white guy. You have thoughts.
I have thoughts. I think about this stuff.
Right. You talk on stage about Black Lives Matter, gun control, interracial dating, segregation, and you set people straight.
I try to.
Go ahead. Do that now.
Listen, everyone. I am right about everything, first of all.
Kenny's Twitter is his name, at Kenny DeForest. And he writes, Hillary Clinton is that girl that creeps you out with her 1,000-yard stare, but you know you're going to go home with her at the end of the night. That is true, because she creeps me out, but it's 4 a.m. and no one's serving food. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
That's it. It's either that or go hang out with your jerk-off friend Donald.
Right.
And you don't want to do that at 4 a.m?
She wins.
Do you want to do that in 4 p.m?
I guess I really don't ever want to hang out with my jerk-off friend Donald.
Checking.
It's just a weird how you always have that one friend, Donald. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that one fucking guy.
I gave that up for Lent.
Kenny writes, so to be clear, everyone loves The Wire, but not everyone understands the idea of police corruption. That is very interesting. You watch they don't make this shit up in The Wire. You watch it, you're oh great. What is there a whole new season? All right, and then in real life, I don't believe it.
Yeah,
it can't be happening in real life. All the writers just make this up on all the shows.
I mean, I guess there are still people who don't believe that the Holocaust actually happened. So I don't know how The Wire is going to change people's minds.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but, Keith, when did you see it? Because you just discovered the Black Lives Matter
I've just
correlation.
learned. I just learned. I'm just not exaggerating. I just learned black people are important, and this is something they should teach in high school. That is a good point. I get so you see it gets nerve-wracking. Just the other day, it starts storming. I'm afraid the police are going to start shooting the sky. Everything turns so black. You know what I mean? It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
It's a crazy time to be alive, man.
It really is.
It's a crazy time to be alive.
I saw this from the group, the other 98%. They have Jesus, teaching. And he says, blessed are the poor. And someone says, blessed are all lives, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let me mention this, please. Blue Apron. It's the way to eat. You want to talk about being behind the curve? You are if you're not using Blue Apron. Blue Apron's mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone. Let's say you live in what they call food deserts, where the closest grocery store is a trip. You know what I mean? It's a journey. And it was for my family. We would go shopping once a week. And what? Then you're just guessing on what you're going to make, right? You're not a chef. You don't know what's going to spoil. Surprise, half of it's going to spoil.
I hate guessing. I've mentioned it before. I don't think I've ever used an entire thing of celery. I hate saying that out loud because I want to be the person who buys celery and finishes celery and is like the best person ever. Never, not once. And you got to buy the celery if you're going to make, let's say, the soup. You know, so you buy all this, like, the giant amount of ingredients because that's what maybe, families buy and they know how to, I don't know. Somebody's doing some incredible math that I can't do with food. And that's why I use Blue Apron. And by the way, not only does Blue Apron give you just the right amount of ingredients for just that meal so that you can have more creative, more productive meals, they also are teaching me even more how to cook. The other day, I had radishes and I had potatoes and I wanted to make breakfast. And because now I know what radishes taste like cooked, I mixed them up with the potatoes, bulked that shit up, ruined the caloric count by destroying it, by adding radishes and pretending they're potatoes, killed the day. Glorious. You're welcome, everybody. That's my recipe. Get a better recipe at blueapron.com/KATG.
Wait. Hold on. A better recipe than radishes and potatoes? How?
I'm salivating over here.
Well, I got a list of food. Let me do the yapping. Creamy shrimp fettuccine with sauteed green beans and spinach. Sweet chili chicken with Tinkerbell peppers, green beans, and jasmine rice.
I made motherfucking quiche.
Spice steak.
Wow.
Sorry, Keith. Yes, continue.
Quiche. Holy Jesus. Spice steak and tomato cheese sandwich. Spice steak and avocado salad. Tomato avocado salad with creamy cone cabbage and red onion slaw. And this is a true story. I tried to buy a quarter of a cabbage from the store. And they said, well, who the fuck's going to want to buy 3/4 of a cabbage? And I'm stuck with all this cabbage. No, not anymore. Blue Apron, that's the way to play it. And like Kendra was saying, go to blueapron.com/KATG. You will get your first 3 meals free with free shipping. That's it.
3 meals for free.
You will love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron, so do not wait. That's blueapron.com/KATG. It's a better way to cook. Okay?
Also, you could pick your meals. You can, you could decide to be vegetarian on this. You can rotate their stuff. If you don't want the 3 meals that you're going to get, you can switch the meals that you want. I fucking love them.
Okay?
That sounds great.
Okay.
I know, Kenny. Thank you.
I could actually get groceries with that plan.
You don't even have to go out to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The portion size. It's impossible to shop for one person.
Yes.
Right.
You can't do it.
It's literally impossible. You are right. You are right. All right, we got to get to, again, the important issues of the day. Okay? So this is about Kim Kardashian,
Okay.
Kanye West, and Taylor Swift. And if you remember that Kanye West put out a song called Famous and had a line about Taylor Swift. Now, this is, again, in the song, so please pardon my French.
For all my Southside niggas that know me best, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous. Goddamn. I made that bitch famous.
Oh, it's beautiful. So then, Taylor Swift is upset because...
Because I was already famous. I don't get it.
Right. I sold a lot of records. So Kim Kardashian on her show, the Kardashians, she says, hey, you know what? Taylor's complaining. And you hear her, this is her complaining at the Grammys.
I want to say to all the young women out there, there are going to be people along the way who will try to undercut your success or take credit for your accomplishments or
she's
your
not wrong.
fame. But if you just focus on the work and you don't let those people sidetrack you, someday when you get where you're going, you'll look around and you will know that it was you and the people who love you who put you there. And that will be the greatest feeling in the world. Thank you for this moment.
And Kanye said, you're obviously talking about me. And I called you and I said ahead of time, how do you feel about these lyrics? And you said it's fine, which I certainly cannot even imagine.
For all my Southside niggas that know me best, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous. Goddamn. I made that bitch famous.
I love it, Kanye. Thank you. That is great. I'm the bitch that you made famous.
And we might have sex. You're right.
Shout out to Kim.
Yeah.
So Taylor's camp says Kanye did not call for approval, but tasked Taylor to release his single Famous on her Twitter account. She declined and cautioned him about releasing a song with such a strong misogynistic message. Taylor was never made aware of the actual lyric, I made that bitch famous. Then in GQ, Kardashian spilled the tea and revealed the phone conversation had been videotaped. Quote, she totally approved that. She totally knew that it was coming out. She wanted to all of a sudden act like she didn't. I swear, my husband gets so much shit for things when he really was doing proper protocol and even called to get it approved.
Make that tape famous.
What rapper would call a girl that he was rapping a line about to get approval?
Okay, let's not make him a hero. He fucking called someone. Jesus.
Also, why is she so cool with the Taylor sex part?
Well,
why is she all up in arms about my husband wanting to fuck another woman?
Right. Kardashian also didn't understand why the word bitch offended Swift, as rappers frequently refer to women as such in music, saying, quote, I mean, he's called me a bitch in songs.
Oh, I knew Kim would just totally make it all right.
There's an ode to me called Perfect
She's ride or
Bitch.
die, man.
Right.
Kim is ride or die.
Well, she's saying there's a song. It's called Perfect Bitch. That's a compliment. It's from me. Oh, it's our wedding song, Perfect Bitch. Kardashian said neither she nor West had spoken to Swift since early 2016, save for a, quote, attorney's letter she sent saying, don't ever let that footage come out of me saying that, destroy it. Swift's rep issued a statement to GQ saying Taylor does not hold anything against Kim Kardashian as she recognizes the pressure Kim must be under and that she is only repeating what she has been told by Kanye West. However, that does not change the fact that much of what Kim is saying is incorrect. Kanye West and Taylor only spoke once on the phone while she was on vacation with her family in January 2016. They haven't spoken since. Taylor has never denied the conversation took place. It was on that phone call that Kanye West also asked her to release the song on her Twitter account, which she declined to do.
Kanye West, like fourth grade.
That's what's so exciting about it. Kanye West never told Taylor he was going to use the term that bitch in referencing her. And whenever something like this happens, you see this on Facebook or Twitter, your average Joe writes, blocked Kanye, block, blah, blah, blah. And I feel so free. It's like, this is exciting. Why not have more? I'd love Bono and Steven Tyler to be doing this back and forth. It'd be thrilling. The GQ interview was highlighted on Sunday's episode of E's Keeping Up with the Kardashians. After the episode ended, Kardashian shared a series of Snapchat videos that showed a portion of West's phone conversation with Swift. So the show's over, and then she says, hey, here's my husband FaceTiming with Taylor Swift.
What do you mean the show's over? This is after the show?
This is after the show. Now on social media, you know, everybody's following. Everybody that's watching the show is twittering her nice shoes, you know. So she says, all right, let me take advantage, or Snapchat, let me take advantage, and I'm going to show you some of the phone calls. So it's
I hate that I can't wait to hear these phone
also,
calls.
wait,
right?
yeah, and so Kanye FaceTimed Taylor Swift about this?
Yeah.
I hate that you responded that way. I hate this whole thing because now I need to hear this tape.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks, Keith.
Must hear. This is must hear.
All right, here we go. This is on speakerphone, and it'll be hard to understand. I'll explain some things. I speak young.
Okay, Doug. You still got the Nashville number? I still have the Nashville area code, but I have to change it.
Okay, so that's the first clip. Well, how thrilling. So Kanye says, do you still have the Nashville number? She says, I have the area code, but a different number. So, man, she's teasing this. Mm-hmm. So you tell me if I should keep playing it or just read it.
My Southside niggas that know me best, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Unlike this close to overexposure.
I'm like this close to overexposure. No, honey, this is very negative. It'll take you down.
Wait, what did he say? He said line.
He's reading the line. To all my South Side, and it's not my place to say, that know me best, I feel like me and Taylor might, and then he does it dramatically, still have sex. What did we think about that, Taylor?
Okay.
And she said, I'm like this close to overexposure.
Okay.
Oh, well, this one is, I think this is a really cool thing to have.
This is a really cool thing to have. She says, I know, I mean, it's a compliment, kind of.
I know, it's like a compliment kind of. What I give a fuck about is just you as a person and as a friend. I want things that make you feel good. I don't want to do rap that makes people feel bad. Yeah, I mean, go with whatever line is better. It's obviously very tongue-in-cheek either way.
What's that?
It's definitely tongue-in-cheek, so go with what you think. I mean, we are clear it's tongue-in-cheek, right? You will never have sex with me. So, or is there a chance, Kanye? What do you say?
And I really appreciate you telling me about it. That's really nice.
That's nice to say.
Yeah, I thought I just had a responsibility to you as a friend, you know. And
This is a good friend. I'm going to rate that we're going to have sex.
Listen, as a friend, I want you to feel respected about me calling my shot.
thanks. Thanks for being like so cool about it. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Like the heads up is so nice.
It's so nice to do the heads up. Eminem didn't warn me at all.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? When they say they're friends,
Right.
am I calling Danny and asking if I can call him a bitch? Or am I calling, a comic that I've heard of because we're both in the same,
Right.
sphere of comedy level, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going, I can call you a bitch, right?
Right.
I guess it'd be weird if I said no because you're Kanye.
Tell me if you think this is fun. And I think this is fun.
I think this is so fun. I'm confused as to how they are considering themselves friends because the only thing I know about their relationship is Kanye West publicly undercutting all of her achievements.
Right. But that's the
that's the only relationship I know that they have.
I asked Hannibal Buress, I said, can I tell people I made you famous and you only know about pickles because of me? And he said, sure. Thanks for the heads up.
He's like, as long as you tell people that we'll probably have sex later.
You know what? We're not getting the phone call that she made to him going, can I then act like we didn't then, and then I get more, and then we didn't do this thing? And then that will be revealed.
Asking her seeing if I'd be okay with it, and I just really appreciate it. It's like, I never would have expected you to, tell me about my line in one of your songs.
So she's thrilled. She's thrilled over and over again. That's the point. She can't believe that you were nice enough to call me ahead of time. And then she says, oh, and you sent me flowers. That was nice.
And then the flowers that you sent me, I Instagrammed a picture of them, and it's the most Instagram likes I've ever gotten. It was like 2.7. Relationships are.
The flowers that you got me, thank you, because it's the most Instagram likes
Right.
I ever had. Yeah, this is just like my friendship with Danny.
Then he says, relationships are more important than punchlines, you know?
More important than punchlines, you know? Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody would listen to that and be like, oh, that's a real bit. Like, she must be crying about.
Because obviously, I want you to know, like, nobody's going to take it too seriously because I fuck a lot. I have a lot of different boyfriends,
No,
but you're not on the list. And I think people will know that.
I could see this. I could see this. This makes sense. She's saying, okay, this happened. You're making it funny. You called me ahead of time. I got flowers.
It is
I got
funny.
Instagram likes.
Remember when we were laughing? It is funny.
No, but this is not me saying it's funny. This is the person who's complaining.
But look,
if you put me in any part of this equation, so many different things would happen. Like, I would be like, why flowers when it could have been like edible arrangements?
Just, you gotta tell the story the way that it happened to you and the way that you experienced it. Like, you honestly didn't know who I was before that.
So she's justifying it. She's saying, you're saying about having sex. So when she says, by the way, later on, she's going to say she never approved the bitch line. She just approved, bitch that made famous. She just approved the sex part. But here she did just say, and I can't believe I'm analyzing this. It's like you got to tell the story the way that it happened to you and the way that you experienced it, like you honestly didn't know who I was before that. So that must be the bitch famous line as opposed to the sex line, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what I would think.
It doesn't matter if I sold 7 million of that album before you did that, which is what happened. You didn't know who I was before that. It's fine.
It doesn't matter if I sold 7 million of that album before you did that, which is what happened. You didn't know who I was before that. That's fine.
Then at the extent that I can make these things happen, then I have the ideas to do it, and I create these things and concepts, and like I'm always going to respect you.
Definitely.
And I'm really glad that you had the respect to call me and tell me that as a friend about the song. And
First of all, when a rapper calls you, assume that everything you say will be in his song.
Yeah, right.
Even just like this clip, exactly. Not even, put to music.
it's just like it's a really cool thing to do, like, and a really good show of friendship. So thank you.
It's a great show of friendship. I will have sex with you.
Yeah, and send her flowers.
Right.
He's just trying to have sex with her.
Right. And he says, oh, thank you too. Right.
This is all a ruse.
And, if people ask me about it, I think it would be great for me to be like, look, he called me and told me the line before it came out. Like, joke's on you guys, we're fine. If you guys want to call this a feud, you want to call this throwing shade, but, right after the song comes out, I'm going to be on a Grammy red carpet, and they're going to ask me about it, and I'll be like, he called me. And awesome that you're so outspoken. They're going to be like, yeah, she does. It made her famous. It's more provocative to say, right, still have sex because
How long do they have to talk about this?
Right.
it's not, it doesn't matter to me. There's not like one that hurts my feelings and one that doesn't.
All right. So what she didn't have in here, it sounds like there are two different versions of the two different lines. Which one should I go with? And Kim Kardashian's not putting that part of the phone call in.
Okay.
Because she says it doesn't matter which one you go with. But it sounds like none of them said, I
Bitch.
made the bitch famous.
Except she was referring to that.
Was she? I don't know. Because... So Kim Kardashian ended up tweeting out, wait, it's legit National Snake Day, which it was. They have holidays for everybody. I mean everything these days.
Okay.
Taylor's a little snake, a little lying snake going up there on the Grammys. She just said she would say, hey, we're on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
You can't trust a person that looks like Taylor Swift, man. She's got she's got deception in those eyes, man. You got to see that coming.
That's true.
I guarantee she was cool with it. And then someone was like, hey, Taylor, you shouldn't be cool with this. And she's like, thank you for telling me how to feel about this.
So Taylor writes, where is the video of Kanye telling me he was going to call me that bitch in his song? It doesn't exist because it never happened. You don't get to control someone's emotional response. I remember this happened to Led Zeppelin. You don't get to control someone's emotional response to being called that bitch in front of the entire world. Of course I wanted to like the song. I wanted to believe Kanye when he told me I would love the song. I wanted us to have a friendly relationship. He promised to play the song for me, but he never did. While I wanted to be supportive of Kanye on the phone call, you cannot approve a song you haven't heard. Being falsely painted as a liar when I was never given the full story or played any part of the song is character assassination.
Oh my God, everyone feels so stupid in this story.
I would very much like to be excluded from this narrative, one that I have never asked to be part of since 2009.
Also, character assassination, like you said, rappers use the word bitch. He didn't even say Taylor is a bitch. I don't.
Right.
How is this about her character?
When saying I made that bitch famous and you're talking about said person, I think grammatically he is calling her a bitch. Thank you for making me point that out. This is, again, by far the most important conversation I've ever had. Kenny, thank you for being here.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah. This is what you worked hard about, like working out that material that's so controversial, making sure all the words are in place so you can dissect this.
But like we said, when she says you honestly didn't know who I was before you went on stage, it implies that she did hear the line, I made that bitch famous. However, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West are such bitches that they would absolutely put what they're trying to do, proof, that it was said on the phone call. So why isn't that specifically in the phone call?
Because I think on
in
the
the
phone
clips
call,
released,
he probably said, and I'm going to say something like, I made that girl famous or something like that. And it sounded maybe more badass when he said, I made that bitch famous. He doesn't think the word bitch is anything different than that woman or that girl, which is part of why the pushback is happening right now, in case anyone wants to know why women are mad at. That's one of the things.
Why can't Taylor say, he said it was going to be girl, famous, and he changed it to bitch, and there's a big difference. Why can't everybody be clearer? You know? That's music today for you, folks.
Please get Johnny Cochran on this. Is he dead? He's dead, isn't he? This is why we can't fix anything anymore.
Because West apparently didn't inform Swift that he was recording the call, he may have broken federal wiretapping law. California is a two-party consent state. Oh, how great it'd be if she sued him. He's in jail for a week. How great would that
For
be?
wiretapping.
For wiretapping.
Making that bitch more famous.
That's right.
Which bitch am I talking about? I was talking about Kanye. See what I did
Called
there?
full circle.
And doctors are women too. I think we just fixed everything.
Like a snake eating itself on Snake Day.
Oh, well, good for them. I love it. I love it.
I could see you want the best for them.
I hope there's something coming out with Blink 182.
Oh, man. That would be an amazing comeback.
Right?
I would love to make those bitches famous again.
People are calling Kanye, hey, we'll be your bitch. You can make famous. Are you Blink or 182? All of us.
Are you Chumbawamba?
Blink 182 just put out a new album. So
Really?
I was wondering how we got to that.
Well, I was picking anybody. Danny corrected me. But now's good timing to get some publicity because I didn't know. And I love those boys. What do they sing, Danny? I know it, but all the small things. Doing
one more
other
line.
things. Say it ain't so. I don't want to go. Carry me off. Take me home. La 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 la. Yeah. Small things. On Friday, the Navy. The album, by the way, is called California, or it's called California. I can't tell Danny's notes sometimes, but something.
Could we hear more all the small things?
And also, album's called Sorry, and it's called California. Okay, it's a long title.
It's called Sorry, called California.
Danny will write me sometimes and go, "That's not right." I'm like, what the fuck? Then I read the whole story and I go,
Gourd, not gorge.
right, it's not gorged. Oh, this guy wants to kill me. This guy on Twitter. So yeah, I love it when people are embarrassed. I wish Chris Kyle, the great
American Sniper.
the American Sniper. Thank you. Could be Snipper. I'm being told. I wish he was still alive so that he can be around for all this embarrassment of him being such a liar. Apparently, so many things in the movie is exaggerated because it's based on his autobiography, which is full of lies. He made up his military record. He said he has 2 Bronze Stars, a Silver Star, and the Navy has to go, no, he doesn't. He doesn't have these things.
How do you not think people are going to check that?
Yeah,
That's like so checkable.
Those are stars. You can look up stars anywhere.
Anywhere. You can just Google that.
Right. If I lied about the stars I get in Angry Birds, you can check it.
But here's the thing. It's too late. The lie doesn't matter anymore. Everything that needed to happen to him already happened, right?
Oh, it doesn't matter because he's dead. Now you're an asshole to bring it up.
Right, but I do think that that's why people do it. They get the immediate thing. These people are not future planners, right?
I guess. I think he just thinks they won't check, period. They think, and to check, he's hoping you'll feel bad picking on a military person. That's all he's thinking. He's not thinking it's worth it. I don't think if he was still alive, and I'll tell you some more, remind you about some more of Chris Kyle's lies, he wouldn't go, it was worth it. It was worth that initial push. He would have been like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say I got into a fight in a bar with Jesse Ventura and then lose $1.8 million for defamation. I don't think
Why
that
would you pick someone who's still alive?
Right.
You should say you beat up like Lou Ferrigno, and then they can't ask him.
Right.
He's dead?
Or beat ups. You did love Lou Ferrigno all your life.
He's not dead.
You don't even know.
He was cute. No, I don't. That's why I asked if he's dead and pretend.
I think he's dead. I was under the assumption he's dead. He's not dead. Lou Ferrigno's alive. This whole time.
And now we're going to expect...
Why have I been so sad all this time?
We're going to hear Lou Ferrigno stories from Chemda daily now. Oh, she loves him.
He was good on The King of Queens.
Yeah, he's a neighbor, right?
Yes.
Well,
I thought it was like, he's the worst actor, by the way.
he's deaf, so no one can tell him his lines.
He could read them.
Can he?
I
doesn't
don't know.
look like-
Now he's dead, so who cares? Retweet.
You remember Chris Kyle said he at New Orleans Superdome during Hurricane Katrina that he shot dozens of looters? Because if you can just do that.
That's murder, by the way. I don't know if you know that. We actually don't even like it when the police do that.
Not only did he not do this, he wasn't even over there. But what's he thinking? Like, this will be, I'm going to rate it in the book. I was helping people. Thank you, Chris.
I don't know.
I shot looters.
Some people just lose it.
I think they do. Yeah. What's the name of the guy who said he was in 9/11?
Oh, I'm so glad you brought this up. I didn't want to be the one to bring it up, but that's what I was just thinking about.
Yeah. Right.
Steve Renazizi.
Right.
He's going to be in a roast battle soon,
Oh,
What? He's dead.
which it's like, why would you?
Right.
Like, you're not going to beat anyone in a roast battle when you lied about 9/11.
Right.
You're just not.
I was gonna come.
Hey,
roast-
nice face, loser. Hey, nice lying about 9/11.
You okay? Are you all right? That's what I would do after every joke he makes. You okay, buddy?
I was gonna come roast you, but I'm just gonna tell people that I roasted you and did really good.
Steve couldn't make it. We're going to have Brian Williams taking his place today. He said that two men, so he wasn't even in New Orleans at the time. Two guys tried to carjack him. He says he shot them. That never happened. He found WMDs in Iraq. That never happened. Also, if it happened, by the way, you'd have George Bush, you'd have Tony Blair, you'd have the CIA coming out and saying...
that would change the whole narrative of the Iraq War.
It would exonerate all of them. Nah, we don't want to... That's your secret, buddy. Chris.
But okay, he wrote this in a book, right?
Yeah.
So who was his publicist?
Johnny Money.
They didn't check any of this then.
None of it.
No.
So then, of course, he's going to think he can get away with it. This is supposed to
It's
be
still
an
stupid, though.
autobiography, right?
Yeah.
What did they have to check in our book? Like, I remember you drawing a dick. No, that was in your book.
Yeah, they had to see if that's really
Right.
what a dick looks like. And I'm
Right.
like, I had to find somebody that looked like one of those childish chalkboard dicks. And I did. He said 100% of the profits to the book go to wounded warriors, 2% did.
I remember Mike Kaplan was doing some set, and they had to approve his joke that his ex-wife, something like his ex-wife is now a lesbian, right? So I think he wasn't allowed to say the word lesbian, and, it had to be approved and blah, blah, blah. So he's not allowed to call someone a lesbian who left him for another woman, but this guy is allowed to publish a book with all of this stuff in it. So I don't know. I would
That's
see
insane.
that
I mean, the
publishing company.
WMD thing, I'd never heard that before. That is truly insane. First of all, to say I found them, not me, just alone. I was just walking around and I stubbed my toe and then I scraped the dust back and there was a weapon of mass destruction.
He wrote, quote, it had those markings on them and everything.
What?
Yeah, and then his ghost
It had a skull and crossbones, so I knew. What?
What's
is
it
he
say on your
telling me?
wrist? Let it be.
Yeah, man. I did mushrooms one time and got a tattoo.
But it says be let it.
Well, it says let it be it. You
No,
see,
it doesn't.
It's,
I got news for you.
let me have this.
Okay,
It's
sorry.
there forever. It says what I need it to say.
You got a tattoo on mushrooms?
Yeah, well.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Is everything still beautiful while you're getting a tattoo on mushrooms?
Yeah.
Really?
Everything is still beautiful.
Oh, I see. Then yeah, sure, let it be.
Let it be.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I have no choice now but to let it be because it will be right there for my entire life.
Whose idea was this?
It was mine. I drew it on paper on mushrooms. I thought I had figured out.
You drew the words.
I drew this because it's
called
let
writing,
it be
yeah.
it. I added the other it to the end, and I was like, that's the Beatles were missing one word, man. I figured it out. You got to let it, but you also got to be it.
Oh,
You got to let it, but you also got to be it.
You know? If you do acid, will you add,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's hilarious. I should.
He's so you could tell he was sober, and then he's trying to make it make sense. He's like, nothing. Life is unpredictable, and you can't read it straight across. Sometimes you have to go catty corner. Oh shit! What did I do?
Were you by yourself during this trip?
No, I was at Bonnaroo.
Oh, with a bunch of assholes.
Bunch of assholes. Just a whole bunch of assholes.
Did you take note of who was encouraging and who was discouraging?
Man, I couldn't even tell what was what or who was who, to be honest with you.
How much
I was
mushrooms?
spun out.
How much did you take?
I ate a whole eighth, which is normally what I do.
Isn't
but
that a
they were
normal
just really good mushrooms.
That's a normal amount, right?
Do you
An
think
eighth?
the
Yeah.
trick is they should quit calling it an eighth? If it's what you normally take, it's a 1.
Take one, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't understand. A dose. I want one.
Yeah.
I want one thing.
One, please.
Yeah, one. I want one mind fuck, please.
One drugs, please.
Yeah, if a dime bag is 1,
A dime bag costs $10. That's why they call it a dime bag, and it's a very specific weight.
you think it's still all $10, the specific weight?
It is.
All these years went by, and it's still $10,
No.
the specific weight. Right, so it's 1. It's whatever 1 is now. And 1 changes with inflation.
You can't order one of weed. They will not give you a dime bag.
You can't even buy a dime bag.
I don't know where you would buy a dime bag from.
Maybe off a friend that's just like, hey, can I pinch a dime bag for the night?
You ever said that to
A dealer would
somebody?
never do that.
You would say to somebody, can I pinch a dime bag?
Yeah.
Yeah? Liar.
No, I
Just like you're sticking to your tattoo story. You're bullshitting. You never said that in your life.
hey, can I pinch a nug dog? That's how I talk.
I would go to this Steve Ranazizi roast in a
know.
heartbeat.
I know.
Who's
He's
roasting
going
him?
down like Tower 7, baby. Okay.
Who's roasting him?
The biggest asshole on
Sam
earth.
Morrill.
Oh, well.
Because he was in the Pearl Harbor, is why I'm just laughing at that. Brian Williams did say, this is true. He was talking about Iraq. Just you never get to talk about Iraq again. Just like Steve Ranazizi can never have a point or thought about Ground Zero.
No.
If he goes, hey, seriously, I looked it up about these
He
steel
shouldn't
beams.
he shouldn't even go to a 7-Eleven again, to be honest
Right,
with you.
it's too close.
It's too close.
I recall the first time I ever went with the infantry in places like Iraq, says Brian Williams. And right there, the co-host on the news went, oh, fuck. You're kidding me. Commercial?
Brian.
They were all wearing earplugs or headphones with their radio system on because it was the concussion on their ears. If you were caught out and exposed to an explosion, it could be crippling or disorientating. End it. You have no Iraq thoughts. That's it. Where is Iraq? You say, I don't know. I don't know. I'm surprised the news took me back. I don't know where Iraq is. And if you told me, it wouldn't register.
It wouldn't stick.
I know nothing about Iraq, and I'm questioning what I know about Iran.
They did take him back?
Yes, because it's a name. People know him.
Wow.
He doesn't have that nice ABC, whatever it was, job. And, it's a cable network, but
Oh, somebody else took him.
somebody else took
Oh, I
him.
see. Okay. So they didn't take him back.
Mike Huckabee owes $25,000 for using Eye of the Tiger at a rally without permission. Now, obviously, it didn't go anywhere, and that's what's funny, too. But if these politicians learn, and they all do it, and they all do it. They take a song, they don't ask for permission, then the artist goes, no, I don't support you. Why don't you know? But even Barack did it. I forget the song. Even by now, you know. We have Twitter, and artists can complain
Yeah.
and go, no, I do not like your policies.
If you're Mike Huckabee, most rock and roll singers are not going to support
Right.
you. You should only play Ted Nugent songs.
Right.
That's your only chance.
But the thing is it's not just that person. It's not just the presidential candidate who should know. It's the person who's about to play the song, the sound system people.
Right.
It's not like a president goes, and my song
Right.
will be. and like all of his words need to be approved, but not the song. Everything needs to be approved that these people do. So it's not just them.
Huckabee played the song at a rally celebrating Kentucky County Clerk Kim Davis. You remember her?
Oh, yeah.
Survivor sued the band, claiming copyright infringement, and Huckabee agreed to the 5-figure penalty and a confidential out-of-court settlement. Imagine telling your wife that. Hey, you know how that me running was a complete waste of time and a joke on the whole family? I owe $25,000 on top of that for playing a song. Yeah, I didn't ask. You have to ask.
He's used that much for hookers. Retweet.
Obama was asked to stop playing the song "Hold On, I'm Coming" by Sam and Dave in 2008. Now he's like, who the fuck are they?
What song is that?
But they're gonna. I don't know.
Hold on, do 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 do. I'm coming, do 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 do.
Easy. We don't have permission. Easy.
What song is that?
It's an old. I think it came out of Memphis, but it's like an old R&B standard.
Don't assume you can just play songs. Have a friend. He doesn't have any friends that write songs. He can't get somebody to write a song for him. Jennifer Aniston, she's not happy, poor dear. She wrote a letter in the Huffington Post, and she says, "Let me start by saying," which is a great way to start an article. I love it. Are you looking at these words? Let me start by saying that addressing gossip is something I have never done. I don't like to give energy to the business of lies, but I wanted to participate in a larger conversation that has already begun and needs to continue. She, of course, is the second hottest woman on Friends. For the record, I am not pregnant. What I am is fed up. I'm fed up with the sports-like scrutiny and body shaming that occurs daily under the guise of journalism, the First Amendment, and celebrity news. If I am some kind of symbol to some people out there, then clearly I am an example of the lens through which we as a society view our mothers, daughters, sisters, wives, female friends, and colleagues.
I feel like as long as you're pushing water that I need to purchase and your ads are...
Racy. Right?
No.
Here's a picture of her doing smart water. It says, psst, up here, implying don't look at my tits.
Mm-hmm.
What?
No, psst, up here. What does that mean? What's up here?
Oh, I see. I wasn't...
Yeah. No, it's saying, no, look, guys, look at my eyes. She's drinking smart water. That's a normal pose we do sometimes when we relax. These will be on the website if you're not watching live. Smart water. She's enjoying it by a pool, and she's naked, so she's got to cover her tits with her hand. Okay, very good. Oh, you caught her in bed drinking smart water, where she has to hold the sheet up to her tits.
Her secret is revealed.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Okay, she's just trying to get by. Could she be any more obnoxious? The objectification and scrutiny we put women through is absurd and disturbing. The way I'm portrayed in the media is simply a reflection of how we see and portray women in general, measured against some warped standard of beauty.
She's not wrong. That's what's annoying. She's not wrong. She's absolutely
right. Yeah, but
right.
it's like when a hot girl says that, everyone just rolled. It's like when Alicia Keys was like, "I'm not wearing makeup." And everyone's like, "Oh, wow, the traditionally beautiful woman is going to not wear makeup."
Right.
I use a V now. Oh, do you? Okay. All right. It has nothing to do with your looks.
It's hard to feel bad while someone's making money off their looks.
Right. Exactly.
Saying, hey, you shouldn't look like me. Also, I shouldn't look like me. Also, you shouldn't put my pictures out, but I'm getting paid for them.
2004, People's 50 Most Beautiful Person. She's the most beautiful woman in the world. Again, recently, May 2016, People Magazine, World's Most Beautiful Woman. By the way, these are done by their publicists. And it's always, when they have something going on. It's not that it's an honest list, guys. And honestly, I'm thinking Jennifer Aniston. Really, out of nowhere, Jennifer Aniston. No, the publicist makes a deal with these magazines. Of course it matters your looks for you. The message that girls are not pretty unless they're incredibly thin, that they're not worthy of our attention unless they look like a supermodel or an actress on the cover of a magazine, is something we're all willingly buying into. I used to tell myself that tabloids were like comic books, not to be taken seriously, just a soap opera for people to follow when they need a distraction, but I really can't tell myself that anymore because the reality is the stalking and the objectification I've experienced firsthand. Going on decades now, reflects the warped way we calculate a woman's worth. Now, buy my new line of garter belts.
This is horrendous because I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah,
I mean, she's right. You're right that she's right.
Yeah, this isn't not happening.
Yeah.
And on a huge level, she has to participate to stay relevant. She has to stay how skinny she is to stay relevant. She got even skinnier than when we first met her on Friends. You saw the transition.
Right.
She's made huge differences in her
face.
whole...
I say face.
I don't know what, surgeries or whatever, but they're definitely making efforts. Like even their casual clothing is thousands of dollars where we, that's our whole wardrobe amount. I don't know what to say. You are participating in it, but who's not participating in it? How do you end the cycle? It is really obnoxious to read that, but I don't know what to say to follow it. You know what I mean?
Have her write the letter and hand it to a less attractive friend who hasn't used their looks to make money. How about that? You know what I mean? I don't need Brock Lesnar telling me not to use steroids. We should all be honest people who work hard.
I don't know. Maybe those are the people that we need to tell us not to do it. Do you know what I mean? That it's part of it.
I don't need May 2016's most beautiful woman that was made by her and her people.
She's not telling you that beauty doesn't count. She's telling you that this is what we're making count over and over again.
Why are we judging beauty? I don't know. Why? World's most beautiful woman. Please explain it to me.
I know. She's participating in it. I don't know. But I don't know how to not participate in it. How do you not?
I got to read these magazines. I mean, she's doing it. Come in ugly one day. See what happens.
Am I missing something? Would you know how to, like, is there some other... No? All right. I'm looking for outside help, but I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I'm kind of stumped. You know what I mean?
I know what to say. Shut up. Yeah, Libby, come on
serious,
over here.
Yeah.
By the way, Libby, nice dress. Thanks for caring.
It's ridiculous to say that because she participates in the system that she's not allowed to comment on it.
That's right. Thank you, Libby. Thank you. Very good.
Now,
it would be like saying, and this is obviously on a much larger scale, but it would be saying like a stripper can't get raped because they sell sex.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I give up then.
Is that true?
If we're going to rape? Yes. Oh, you tricked me with your eyes. Yeah. Oh, fuck. What'd I say?
No, but that's it. I think it's comparable because people still can have feelings about the system that they're in.
It'd be a raper telling me not to rape.
Well,
That's
okay, I think it's more like, black actors are saying there's only, parts for gangs, gang members, there's only thieves, but they take those roles. Why?
Exactly.
Because otherwise they're not going to get parts. So if she doesn't remain in that position, then she falls off the face of the earth.
Would
so
she be off the face of the earth if she wasn't May 2016's world's most beautiful woman?
If she came into work ugly, do you think she'd be in the same position she is right now in her career?
She worked it to be on that cover. Do we agree on that?
Worked what? What do you mean?
Worked the system. She wasn't a surprise. She woke up and saw People magazine. She was on the cover.
Right.
I don't think she should be faulted for working within the system the way it already is.
Well, of course, if you change the system if it bothers you so much.
If you're a Hispanic woman and you take yet another maid role, which is the only role that's being offered to you, and you go, please stop putting Hispanic people in the role of maids in your movies, in your TV shows, but I am going to take this part.
See,
because
we knew you'd figure out what to say.
Right. Well, yeah, I guess that was the link. Thank you, Libby. But am I saying something that you guys are...
Oh, we just disagree. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think she can comment on it, I guess. But it's also, again, it's just kind of, there's like an implicit eye roll. Like you said, whenever you're on the cover of a gossip magazine.
But that is the role that we're putting her in. That is the only role. She's not going to be, she's only going to get to be the best
does
actress.
she need to be on top still? Does she need it that bad? I mean, her career's kind of set.
At what point in your career are you just going to hang it up?
Well, I'm not saying hang it up, but it's like, is she going to stop getting roles if she's not
Yes.
people's most beautiful woman?
Oh,
Do you think
yes.
she won't?
She actually,
of course she won.
Women get aged out of Hollywood like that. Like, they have to be so on top of this stuff. They have to be beautiful. Look at the discrepancy between love interests and the ages between the men and the women. Of course they have to keep up with this. This is nonsense.
You have to be on the cover of People magazine's most beautiful.
Otherwise,
because
you're
marketable, you're bankable. Yeah, you're not on. No one wants to see that.
I am remembering Jennifer Aniston in all these roles, superficial and otherwise, but I do want to hire her. But has she been on the cover of People's Most Beautiful lately? Because if not,
you can't pretend like that's not a thing.
Yeah, I don't think
that's keeping you relevant in a world that we are not participating in, because that's very specifically Hollywood A-list celebrities. This is how they function. This is how they get more jobs.
This article of hers is 2 printed pages long. She could have one sentence or two about why you may find this hypocritical, and why it's okay for me to say something as I'm naked selling water.
But you're also asking everybody to explain to you absolutely everything of every aspect of what they're saying every single time that they speak.
I'm not following.
So in other words, I have to be perfect in this speech right now in order for you to get the misogyny that happens in Hollywood.
I understand what you're saying. But I just disagree. It's hypocritical that she's doing it to me.
Don't think she's doing it to you because
Me
you
specifically,
still
Keith Mallon.
don't put on makeup, and I've been talking to you about this for a very long time.
That I should put on makeup. All right, what can I tell you?
All right, I guess. Yeah. Thank you, Libby. LibbyPR.com.
And all rape is bad. Okay?
Keith, that's one stance already. I don't know if we can handle the second one. Too far.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, she has to do the naked water ads, or people wouldn't take her seriously and keep her in movies.
Actually, the naked water ads I would do because it's a big billboard of me keeping me relevant in your mind. And I get paid.
All right.
But does it have to be, if you're trying to take a stance on something, does it have to be that risque? Can she not say, hey, I'm Jennifer Aniston. If you want me to be the spokeswoman for Smart Water, here's how we're doing it. Does she not have the power to do that?
I think we have the power to go about every injustice in a lot of different ways. I think that we can't go, well, you have the power to do all of these things and you're only choosing to do one. Just like my brother calls in, I went and protested. Well, you need to vote on a smaller level. You need to get the website right. You need to, okay, you get their website right. I'll protest. Somebody else will do something else because this is how much time I have in my life. This is what I could write. And by the way, as a woman who wants to be relevant in this lifetime, I might not want to put myself out there. I might not want to be the one who gains weight and then shows you my imperfect body. I might not want to be the slaughter at the, what do you call it?
But I'm not saying that she has to do all that. I'm just saying...
You're saying what isn't she doing?
All right, I was sitting here quietly trying to figure out how I felt about this, and I think I figured out why.
Okay.
I think I figured out what it is. So it's one thing to pen an open letter, to write it. Like, for instance, I write stuff about Black Lives Matter stuff on Facebook. For me personally, if I didn't back that up with some sort of action, it would feel very hollow to me. This feels hollow because she's writing it, but then, like Keith is saying, she's doing these risque ads that are 100% based on objectification. Right. Whereas I would say she has enough power. Her face is recognizable enough that she could hold a Smart Water wearing a blouse, and she could probably get her way on that. I would think.
Would that?
I'm not saying she has to gain weight and do the ad and be like, "See, look, I'm imperfect," but you don't have to be like. You don't have to participate to that level if you're Jennifer Aniston. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think the levels are a little catty. The levels are a little...
What do you mean?
I think going, well, you could be this level of sexy instead of this level of sexy that would make me feel more comfortable with the words coming out of your mouth is still the same point that she has to make.
And also...
you have to feel comfortable with her level of sexy in order for her words to matter to you. And in order for her to be relevant in Hollywood. And in order for her to speak her mind. This actually is a very big deal for a woman in her position in what she does for a living.
It would almost... I wonder if it would bother me more if I was a woman. I'm being serious.
But two women just told you what bothers them. So do we?
I'm listening. I'm in listening mode.
Kenny, I apologize that I'm looking at him like you might think I'm about to look at you, but I can hear you listening. Should we get the other dude in the room?
Oh, he's half a girl.
God, why is he half a girl?
No, I'm just kidding. We're all fluid.
Jesus Christ. That guy's on your side, Kenny.
Yeah, I don't like it. What can I tell you? All right.
No, I get, and also it's, if it's what she wants to do. I mean, the idea of freedom is she can do that.
Yeah, freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
But do you get the comparison of if you were a black man and you kept getting hired for roles where all you do is rob people, right? If I'm a Middle Eastern man, all I'm doing is driving the cab.
Is it an A-lister? Is this black person you're talking about an A-lister? And then, all we get is these roles, but all they do is take these roles, but they don't have to because they're an A-lister. You're acting like she has to take things as they come to her.
I think that she does in this way. Yes, she does.
Could not say no to the Smart Water ads.
No, I think she could come out, look completely busted, and keep getting roles and live her life. She would live a different life. That's not the life that she wants to lead. What she's saying is, let me have my options open based on what you're looking for in women in Hollywood. This is not keeping my options
You're
open.
making it sound like they're like, it's Smart Water naked or you're out. Mm-hmm. All right, we're not getting anywhere. Okay.
Right. Okay.
All right. I don't like her. I never liked her, by the way. I really didn't. I'm Team Jolie all the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Team Homewrecker.
I should have said that in the first place, so so you knew where I was coming from. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner live in the same house. They're putting the divorce on hold. Poor thing. This Jennifer Garner.
I thought they were already done for
Nah,
ever.
they're done. They're not done. It's hard. And I remember asking Ben, I'm like, why do you think she keeps you around? You fucked the nanny.
I'm so fucking classy and such a fucking gentleman.
All right, I don't know your story. Okay. All right, well, I wish you guys luck, all right? The Emmy list came out, and I made a note of some things that interested me. Outstanding Drama Series, The Americans, boring. I saw that's nominated, good. Game of Thrones this year, boring. Congratulations to them. A big year of boring, making the top of the list. Very happy.
It sounds like you're drinking less this year.
Well, Outstanding Comedy Series, Blackish is in that, starring our buddy Jeff Meacham. So we hope that wins. Silicon Valley. There, Danny, you can join in on this one.
Oh, good.
Now you're a man.
Are you speaking from your male perspective or female perspective?
I'll tell you in a second.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Tell me, Danny.
Kenny, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right, great.
Danny, to be clear, was born with a penis if he wants to be, right?
Who knows, man?
Whatever you want, right.
Well, you're really getting this trans issue.
There's no judgments with me.
It's not even an issue to Keith.
Right. It means nothing to me.
All body parts matter.
You can
to
be having
him.
a period right now on that chair. I wouldn't even care. It's your right.
Oh, yeah. It's like Jaws down here.
So you're watching Silicon Valley.
I love it.
I'll tell you what I don't like about, at least about this season.
Okay. I do have a girlish taste in comedy.
The main guy, the main nerd.
Richard Hendricks.
Yes.
Played by Thomas Middleditch.
He's coming off like a fat asshole, right?
Yeah. That's his character growth. His
character growth is he's more of a bitch. I hope bad things happen to him. I'm not on his side anymore.
That's good. You were on his side. Now you're not. It's an interesting character.
You think it was deliberate?
Yeah. The company has more power now.
Right.
He's the CEO of a big deal, and he's becoming kind of a sociopath. I think it's really great.
Oh, I didn't think it was deliberate. I thought it was like, you know what it reminded me?
Really? You think it's like a reality show?
It reminded me of...
Libby's losing her shit.
Well, she watches the show too, but she already decided to talk about that dumb issue.
Well, what's fucked up is Thomas Middleditch was on the cover of Big Asshole magazine twice in a row. So how dare he really? Big fat asshole.
That show
quarterly.
Arrested Development. Season, I think it was season 5 that came out.
Season 4 on Netflix.
On Netflix. And all of a
I
sudden...
didn't even know where he's talking.
And you like
I just do.
Who's the main guy?
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman, who plays...
Bluth.
Yeah.
Michael Bluth.
Michael
Bluth, very good. And
don't take this from me.
He was like, if you were in that family, you would think, hey, my character is Michael Bluth, and I'm the one keeping this family together. Everybody's insane. In this new season, all of a sudden, he's a big asshole, self-centered piece of shit. And it's like, what? Was that a character growth too?
That felt less earned because there was such a gap of, 5-6 years or whatever?
Okay.
Maybe more than that, 10 years, right? I'm not sure. In between those seasons. I think with Silicon Valley, it feels more fluid and like it's earned. But yeah, that was a little annoying. But I still like that they're not doing a stagnant thing on Arrested Development. I like that it's not just the same old characters.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I haven't seen season 2. Is she still fucking clueless about everything?
It's so bad.
Is it?
Really? I haven't seen it.
I saw season 1 and I had to...
Oh, I liked season 1.
I like season 1 too.
Season 1 I thought was bad too. I thought
there you go.
I thought the premise was this old premise and the jokes were updated enough to be funny enough, but okay. And it was, I got what people understood, but this second one I couldn't even get through it. What are you being so racist about? Jesus Christ.
What's an example?
I don't remember. All I remember, I was like watching a horror film. My hands were above my eyes. It's like, are we really doing this? It's so bad. It's like they ran
like all the black characters die first.
It's not just the racism. No, he does like
the gay neighbor.
What's that? Kabuki theater. Yeah, he does kabuki theater. He paints his face and shit. Oh, but aside from that, which could we go aside from that? The jokes. Ay vey. Just everything. I could not watch it.
There you go. This would be a funny review you read in the paper.
Oy vey.
I couldn't even by Hemda.
You know what?
2 stars.
It's been a while, and I gave it a chance because somebody told me they thought it was good, and it's just like
Rosa liked it.
You know, me and
It might have been
Rosa do not share the same TV preferences a lot of times, which bums me out because
she's a human
so
being.
intelligent that I want to like everything she likes, and I just can't.
Well, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt also up for an Emmy.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Oy
it
vey.
won. Kenny gets me.
Master of None also, right? Isn't Master of None
Master
nominated?
of
That
None.
was great.
Couldn't get into that.
I liked it a lot,
That
too.
was awesome. You couldn't get into it?
I couldn't get into it. I get why it's good. I
How-
don't
how
like
many did
bringing,
you watch?
I don't like bringing it up because I don't like hating the things that people like because I feel like
Yeah, you
everyone
do.
should just
Come on.
like it. Between you and me, yes, but I don't like
All right, I'm not people.
to shit on it that much.
Well, that's one of those shows, too, that if you say you don't like it, you're going to get a lecture.
Yeah,
You're gonna get the how did you not like it, and then the person's gonna walk you through beat by beat of the whole season. What did you not like the part where he?
Right.
I'll tell you what I didn't like about it. I thought it was a good show. I thought it was well done. I thought the ideas that they had were great. I thought it was a little bit different than other shows. I can't connect with the main character.
You're not a foodie.
He
I get that.
doesn't. Oh, I'm so foodie. And also his
Parents.
foreigner.
Did you know those were his real parents?
I know, yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
He got slagged for that too. He's like, why don't you hire Indian actors if you're gonna hire? I know that was
Wait, he
so
did?
stupid. What he hired his parents.
No, but he got shit for that?
Yeah, he
That's
did.
so silly.
Yeah, that's silly. But I don't know why. I think it's good, and I don't connect with him because I think he's just such a like that guy, and I don't want to hang out with him for too long.
That's another great review.
Thank you.
I'm picturing reading that in print.
What font? do you
Himna
think?
does not like Master of None. She found the lead character to be a little for her taste.
I'm telling you, we're really connecting here.
Well, you're right when people try to tell you something's good when you know it's bad. And they'll bring up one point, like I was telling somebody the other day, I never really got into the band Survivor. And they're like, really? Eye of the Tiger. And I'm like, okay, I guess I like them. All right. Danny Hatch, thank you very much.
Thank you. Great tattoo, Kenny, by the way.
Oh, thank you, man.
I just saw it, and I want to say it's good, and you're good.
Thank you.
Quickly,
Yes.
the female stuff. Come on. What,
Me?
what were you thinking?
Oh,
What
she's
side
great.
am
Let
I?
her do what she wants to do. She is working in a system that's against her, and she's making money, and
I love
I'm
Danny.
Team Aniston.
At Danny Hatch.
She was the funniest part of Friends.
Oh, you're an idiot.
Maybe Chandler some days.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, Chandler and Rachel were the best. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Monica got too skinny. Oh, what did I do? What did I say? sorry.
Outstanding supporting actress in a drama series includes Macy Williams from Game of Thrones. That's a child ninja. Also, Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones. That's a dragon lady. And Lena Headey from Game of Thrones. That's Cersei Lannister.
Haha.
Gotcha. Zing. Outstanding supporting actress, Kate McKinnon from SNL, and the only SNL character up for an Emmy. Only cast member up for an Emmy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That way, is that for her performance on SNL?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome. She's incredible.
Outstanding limited series, American Crime is in there. I saw that. Very well done.
It's good. I haven't seen it.
Just to show people I have feelings, yes. The People versus O.J. Simpson, American Crime Story is up there. Ace is also. Outstanding television movie, All the Way, with Bryan Cranston, where he plays LBJ. I just saw this the other night. And at the end of the movie, I go, oh, what a piece of shit. And my wife says, why? And I'm like, did we just see this? You were on your phone a lot, maybe. Like, did we see the same movie? I think LBJ is a piece of... Watch the movie and tell me what you guys think. I think he's a piece of shit, and we're lucky anything went through, and it's only because he was being self-serving. Well, when anything, I mean civil rights. He's just a big piece of shit. Anyway, I'm getting a divorce.
This is how you told us you were getting married, so I don't know.
We agreed on a movie. We got married. Bryan Cranston's up for lead actor for All the Way. Cuba Gooding Jr. for The O.J. Show. Courtney B. Vance played Johnny Cochran. He's alive too, Hemda, for the record.
Oh, really? Oh.
Marsha Clark.
Did she die?
Sarah Paulson. Just assume they're all dead. Who cares? And then you have less people to think about. It's like Game of Thrones. I'm like, yay, another one's dead. Sarah Paulson played Marsha Clark in The People versus O.J. Simpson. She's up for it. Inside Amy Schumer for Outstanding Variety Sketch Series. I bring it up because Mike Lawrence rates for that. And there you have it. Then there's more, but...
Marsha Clark, she did a great job smoking cigarettes. She smoked so many cigarettes.
Yeah, she's
that was my big takeaway from the OJ show.
Right.
I was like, that woman smokes a lot of cigarettes.
She's up for that. Best lungs.
Best lungs, best lung capacity.
She's still alive.
You ever watch a show and they're doing a thing that you're like, oh, I would love that part, but how could I get out of that? When I watch people smoking on stage or for a show where they have to chain smoke, I'm like, nah, they got to have like super great fake cigarettes, right? Because I don't want to do that.
I always wonder if they're real. There's certain actors. I go on and off with smoking. I, for the most part, have quit, but I still will sneak one. And there's certain people that make it look so good. Leonardo DiCaprio is the best smoker in the game. Anytime he hits a cigarette in a movie, I want one so bad.
Mad Men did such a good job.
Mad Men made
Camels.
a lot of. Mad Men is the reason "Make America Great Again" is working. Because every idiot watches that show and they're like, "Oh wow, we could just drink whiskey, smoke cigarettes, and have sex with our secretaries."
The women seem happy enough.
Right.
What's the problem?
Nobody's really watching that rape scene.
Oh man!
When you say everybody, you mean men, right?
Men, yeah, men. Those shows are embarrassing I feel embarrassed by how much I like guy porn shows, like Entourage. You know what I mean? I was way too into that show. It's specifically designed to take advantage of my male stupidity, and I fall for it every time.
I feel the same watching some girl shows. I'm just like, oh, do I have to have this body part with this brain?
With these sensibilities.
Oh, God.
Let me add, you bring up cigarettes. Let's go back to the great Jennifer Aniston for a second. If you were putting out press releases about how people need to stop smoking, you've witnessed people get cancer in your life, but for TV and movies, your character smokes. Would you find that a little hypocritical?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Say that again?
I really can't. If you're the actress, you're a successful actor, and you tell your campaign, because everybody gets bored, you have to have one, is don't smoke. In fact, I see how smoking ruins lives. But in movies and TV, I'm still going to be smoking.
Would you play a God-fearing character? Most characters are Christian. Would you play a Christian?
Yeah, I'd play a Christian.
You're an ardent atheist?
I wouldn't play...
You said you can't be a good Christian and a good person.
I wouldn't play a million Christians.
But if they would only keep putting you in Christian roles...
If I'm an A star, I don't have to do it. And I don't have to. I think this is hurting my cause, I don't have to do it. And I promise you I will still get roles because I've already earned my place to that position. I don't have to do it. Jennifer doesn't have to do it. She doesn't have to do a water ad. Thank you.
I'm just going to say the same things I said before.
Well, don't. I give up. You win.
All right.
But that was a good point. Was that a good point or not?
That was a good point. That was a good point.
Thank you. Let's do...
Well, the point is that she has to do it to keep her A-list celebrity status.
I don't think a Smart Water ad does that, though.
I think it is very much part of it.
You think so?
I knew that she does a water ads. I didn't even know it was Smart Water. So I see her on billboards. She is still...
And also, I'm not going to sit here and argue against the existence of like misogyny in Hollywood.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna pretend that what she's saying is wrong.
No, I'm Team Julie.
I mean,
Matt Damon is vocally anti-guns, but still plays Jason Bourne. Do you think all the guys that you watch going like, you should have thought of that before, motherfucker, and then shooting someone in the face are really pro-gun?
I think Edward Norton Jr. is probably pretty anti-Nazi.
Right.
I would like to guess.
Right, but you're the one who's going to play that part. Are you playing a good Nazi? Jason Bourne is like this cool guy who shoots people.
Who shoots back?
Nazis, we understand, are like most of us understand. Let's face it. I don't know.
I don't know anymore either, man. I thought we all understood Nazis were bad.
I don't know.
Everything's fluid.
Everything's fluid. We're all a little bit Nazi.
See, I'd like
no one's 100% not Nazi.
Totes
it's a very sliding scale.
I'm going to not be a Nazi 100% right now. I'm going to put myself out there and go 100% not Nazi.
Nazis could be good people, right, Hamda?
Come on, Keith.
Boom. Take that. Add that to the facts we were just going over.
Come on.
Sometimes you can't help it. But join the Nazi team. Everybody's doing it. If the neighbors are doing it, what are you going to do? Stand out like an asshole? Thank you. All right, here's some poll results. Should Keith make more comic strips? 27% of the audience said no when I showed him my comic. Jealous comics. Andy Worth. Yeah, it's fucking assholes.
Are you going to make more?
I don't know. I feel slighted. They just made another Hitler. Speaking of which. Have you ever
Can't reject the art, man?
That's right. Have you ever done acid? 19% of our audience has. Holy shit.
Hey, bros.
Do you play Pokemon Go? 39% say yes. I gotta catch them all.
So more people do Pokemon than acid. Okay, we know where our audience is.
That's a good point.
Have you done acid?
Of course.
But
Of course I've done acid.
How many people play Pokemon on acid?
That'd
be a trip, right?
That would be a trip.
You wouldn't know what is real on your phone.
I haven't played. It's weird that people are commenting like, I see so many people playing Pokemon Go. How can you tell? Everyone's been on looking at their phone this the whole time.
Right.
Now you're just assuming. How do you know that guy's not watching a cockfight on the train, which is something I saw on the way here? Okay.
Really?
It was amazing.
A cockfight.
Watching a cockfight. He's like elbowing his friend like, check this out. And I was like, that is frowned upon here. I don't know if you know that, but okay.
So you see these monsters, these Pokemons, right? And then you catch them with your ball, and now you own them, and then you send them out to fight against other Pokemons. Isn't this cockfighting?
That's a good point.
Thank you.
That's a good point.
I'm making a lot of points today.
Well, if that's a good point, then all the rest of them are great points.
Verizon customers addicted to Pokemon Go will not have to fear their next Verizon bill because it turns out that Pokemon Go is not a data hog. A source at Verizon tells TMZ 10% of its 100 million smartphone users were using the game Tuesday, the biggest day of the week, yet only consumed 1% of the network's data. It's a lot of game for a little data and will cost you virtually nothing. The people who designed the game had your pocketbook in mind, and they created an app that sends info in bursts rather than a long stream. So there you have it. Everybody's going to be okay. Yelp is the largest company to try to cash in on the Pokemon Go craze. The review site has added Pokestop nearby filter to show you which businesses are located near a Pokestop.
This is getting crazy.
You don't even,
so fast.
You don't even have to walk around like a fucking asshole. You can have a purpose.
I'm so impressed with this.
Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like people there's got to be some sinister plan here to just get people to like put a bunch of Pokemons in one area and then just gather people.
Right.
And then, whatever happens next.
And then it's a real data vote,
Yeah.
No, I told you I have this asshole neighbor. One time my mother-in-law was walking the dog and she forgot a bag and the dog took a shit. And he's like, you have to always have a bag, blah, 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 and just yelling at her. And then I passed the guy and he says, your mother-in-law didn't bring a bag at first when she was walking the dog. And I go, did you hit her? And he goes, what? I go, next time you smack the shit out of her. He's like, what? And I just walk away. Idiot.
I'd be so scared to say that because he's such an idiot.
So I drop 5 Pokemons in front of his house, and now people walk by, and it looks like they're taking his picture because he's always outside. That pleases me. Well, here's a story. Reportedly mistaking a pair of teenage Pokemon Go players parked outside his house early Saturday morning as criminals, a Palm Coast, Florida man opened fire on their vehicle. It was 1:30 in the morning.
That's your first response?
He says he overheard these 2 kids, 16 and 19. Did you get anything?
Oh.
Did you catch him? Yeah, did you?
Oh.
And so he started firing at the vehicle.
Like, you have a gun. You can point it at them and say, what are you doing?
Right.
You have all the power. You don't have to just open fire.
It sounds like a Three's Company skit, right?
Yeah.
Like, I want you to put that dick in my pussy. And Mr. Furley's like, what is going on in the bathroom? And he opens the door and they're fixing the shower. They were good with those.
They were really good with those.
Oh, I hated that show just for that. I remember one time he was cutting onions. So then they thought he was crying. And I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, it was a different time because you remember Jack Tripper had to act like he was gay. That's the only reason he was allowed to live with 2 ladies. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, he was a ladies' man.
Such a ladies' man.
Yeah. Kept trying to get the twins.
I heard the American Sniper beat John Ritter up one time.
He kept pushing him over that ottoman. There's an MMA fighter called Michael Venom Page. He's 29 years old. He was fighting Evangelista Cyborg Santos. See, when you have those names, Venom and Cyborg, you got to get into this sport, right?
Yeah, you have no choice.
He was fighting last night, and Venom beat the Cyborg with a flying knee to the head. Oof. After he finished, he went to one of the corners of the octagon. A trainer gave him a Pokemon hat, Pokemon gloves, or he already had the red gloves on, Pokemon matching hat, and then like a felt Pokemon-looking ball, and rolled it at his knocked-out opponent as if he just caught his opponent.
Wow.
That's fucking hilarious.
Wow. You got beat up by a nerd.
Right. He takes out his phone and just waves it around. There's 3 in here. I got 1.
Can you get into MMA fighting?
No, I mean, I'm cool with it, I guess. It's just, I don't know. First, it's kind of like Dave Matthews Band. I don't hate the sport or the band. It's the people that like it too much.
I get you.
And then I'm like, I don't want to be around this. MMA fans are a different. I don't like any dude that wears like I do alpha male shit t-shirts.
Right.
I don't want to be around that. That's just that's not my energy, man.
There's a basketball on his T-shirt.
That's a good point.
But it doesn't say "Don't be a bitch."
Yeah,
it's a basketball.
Yeah, don't be a bitch. Basketball.
It's
That's
for-
the official slogan of the game of basketball. Don't be a bitch.
It's for a bank.
Yeah.
Oh, I could see you're so pro bank. You know, at your level, you could wear a different T-shirt. Get what I'm doing?
We got it.
I
We
see
got
what you've
it.
done.
That's
Get
sarcasm.
it, Kenny. Kenny enjoyed it a little bit more.
I
than
enjoyed
you
it.
did.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I was formulating a comeback.
Take your time.
And finally, do you want a piece of the kid?
Well,
Of course, if you're late to the party, and the kid, yes or no? 32% do want a piece of the kid.
that's why you're getting divorced.
So I guess 32% of our audience are women and gay men. We just figured out. So there you have it.
Oh, just in general.
Yeah. It is going to be 96 degrees coming up here. We're having a heat wave. That is when heat is over 90 degrees in 3 or more days. And it seems that people are stealing popsicles and selling them because popsicles don't have the those bars on them. You know, so you can steal them from a truck. $60,000 worth of popsicles was recently stolen in California, and resell them in stores or on the street, and they don't have barcodes.
How are you ready for this heist? Who is stealing them?
The Sopranos, they'll take anything.
$60,000 worth of popsicles?
Well, they're good Italian ice ones, probably.
How do you keep them cold?
That's
while
my
you're
question.
Stealing?
Like, what a front end investment.
Yeah.
You got to buy a giant freezer to go steal popsicles you can sell for under $1.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
Are these the people who work for the? How are you doing this?
I saw Zootopia. Can you refreeze them?
Popsicles are tough because as soon as they start melting, it's not fun.
Do you know what you do? You ever go to those ice cream machines or ice cream vendors, the trucks, and you'll buy like a SpongeBob popsicle?
Oh, yeah.
But you open it up and the mouth is where the eyes should be. Like that's what happened. They're just reselling shit.
Yeah.
It's like those Cadbury eggs, and they're like, oh, it's in the shape of a bunny today, but the bunny's like airs out its asshole. It's like, what the fuck happened to the mold? They stole it and they're reselling it. Nah. That's the bottom of it. All right, let me tell you this. Enough science. Kenny DeForest. His Twitter account is Kenny DeForest. His website is kennydeforest.com.
Keeping it real basic, real easy.
Are there not a lot of Kenny DeForests? Did you get lucky on that?
I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I just walked right in there and took all of them.
Because Kenny DeForest seems like that might exist as an accountant or.
Yeah, you would think there's other Kenny DeForest, but they're just like none of them care about social media. It's a real introverted group.
Wow.
Real introverted group, the Kenny DeForests. Yeah.
Very lucky. Do they all spell their name like you also?
There's a couple, yeah, and I don't think I was friends with all of them on Facebook at one point.
That's nice. How did you fall out of love?
I hated to see myself say such stupid things. So I had to get rid of them. They had to go. Gotta go.
Now, like I said, you were mentioned in an article, 50 Funniest People in Brooklyn.
Yes, sir.
Who put this out?
Brooklyn Magazine.
No, so they know.
They know.
Right?
That's their borough.
Now, it wasn't a numbered list. Do you wish it was? Or is it like, oh, good, I can just pretend?
I mean, I think in general, lists only serve to
Humiliate?
throw chaos into the comedy community.
Right.
And it did.
Oh, it did.
I got bummed out when I learned it wasn't numbered.
Yeah. You wanted the extra animosity.
I would love you to be on here and go, who was before and after
There's
you?
There's nothing better than ranking, putting a definitive ranking on a subjective art form. I think that's usually very good.
These people will give you because I saw. So here's what was happening on Facebook in case you missed it, and by you, Kenny, I know you did not miss this, right?
I did not.
For those who did, people were like, "Oh, very upset at who's identified as a Brooklynite, right?"
Mm-hmm.
People who weren't born and raised there were on that list. People got upset about that. People got upset about who has cancer and who doesn't on that list.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that. Like it got really petty. People posted like, "I'm on this list. Go fuck yourself," because they were getting so much shit. What kind of shit did you get?
I just saw a lot of passive aggressiveness, and then I gave in, and I played the game. That was my last embarrassing Facebook day.
What was that? Why?
I hate when I take the bait. When you see those statuses that are clearly just like passive aggressive, I usually let that shit go.
What did you do?
I posted a response status, and then it was funny. It was a good joke. I said the New York comedians are a lot like the New York Knicks, always blaming Chicago.
How long have you been in Brooklyn?
I've been in Brooklyn going on 3 years.
Fuck you, bitch. What the fuck?
You ain't Brooklyn.
And like I said, producer and co-host of Comedy at the Knitting Factory.
Yes, sir.
Such a good show.
The next one it's every Sunday at 9 p.m., right? Mm-hmm. So there you go. You got a Sunday.
Yeah.
Go to church, which I always encourage. And then at night, sorry, that's the system I work in. Everybody's Catholic. Anyway, Sunday at 9 p.m. Go see it. It's comedy.
Yeah.
It's knitting.
It's everything you need.
It's everything you need. And there you have it. Don't forget, KeithAndTheGirl.com/VIP. It's every show ever did in the whole wide world from Keith and the Girl, including all the spin-off episodes. Boom.